Hello, this is Miss April, and in this video we'll be making gift tags using sketch pens. To create your gift tags, you need to either create your own digital art or find art online. To create mine, I use the free graphic design website called Canva. They have so many stock images and designs that you can use. The library has a pro account, which makes even more images accessible, but you should be able to find images you can use for this in the free account if you sign up. The website indicates which ones are pro when you hover over them. You want to pick designs that are simple. This pair of mittens is too detailed. Just like when we look for images to trace and cut, I suggest to find images that are black and white and have clear visible black lines. You can lay out all of the designs on one page and then download the file as a JPEG or PNG. You also have the option of finding images by just doing an image search. Just keep in mind that with every project we make, these are images that are owned by someone else. Therefore, you can't claim the images as your own and cannot sell your projects. Stay tuned for other videos on how to find and use copyright-free images or how to create your own images to create projects you can sell. Once you have all of your images in Silhouette Studio, trace each one like we do when we want to create cut lines. Make sure to change threshold, high pass, or scale in order to get nice clean lines. Here are all the images traced. Everything that is in red will be drawn with the pen. To do so, you have to use a sketch pen instead of a blade and change the action to sketch. We'll go over this once we are ready to send it. If you'd like to fill in parts of the image, there are other steps that you need to take. This part is not necessary. Since this is an intro to sketch pens, we will go over this in another video. However, you can follow along and make only slight changes to your project. For example, if you click on one image and release compound path, you can select individual pieces like this to color in. Open the line effects panel down here. For my project, if I want to color in the scarf, I can select either one of these here, like this crosshatch one, and change the spacing and angle. The pen will now color in the scarf. I also added lines to the tip of the tail and the nose and eyes. Don't add too many lines because the image will be small and the lines will cover up that space anyway. I just went ahead and added lines to the cat, the sting that the reindeer has, and the penguin. Again, we'll go over how to fill in other images with different colors in a more in-depth video. The next step is to add the border around your sketch that the silhouette will then cut. To do this, select your image and ungroup. That way you can see and select all the individual pieces. Select the outline only and create an offset. Make the border wide enough by changing the distance. You also have the option of changing the shape with the edit points. Once that's done, create a circle and place it where you want your tag to hang from. Select both offset and circle and color in and weld together. Move it to the background so that you can see the image again. Create another smaller circle and place it on the rounded part where the circle used to be. Make compound path and send it backward again. I changed the color back to white and grouped it all together. Repeat the steps with all of the images. I changed the color of the lines to the pen color I will use. The last step before we move on to the send panel is to ungroup each tag design so that you can select only the offset or the border. Change the offset line to a different color that is not already used. In other words, a color that is not a pen color. If you are making multiples of a certain design or color, send those at the same time to limit the amount of times you have to switch out the pens. In the Send panel, choose Line instead of Simple or Fill, and unclick every color except the color you want to sketch. For example, I only want the blue color selected. This means everything that you see here that is in blue will be sketched with a blue pen. Make sure to choose your material, change the action to Sketch, and that the tool says Pen. I changed the force and speed to 4 because I have already tested out the pen before. I would suggest to create a test with the given settings and then change the force if it needs more or less pressure. Sketch pens are different for Cameo 3 and Cameo 4. Refer back to part 3 of the Silhouette Basics video to see the differences. For the Cameo 4, you can use regular pens by using the pen holder. Insert the pen through the pen holder until the tip reaches the cap at the bottom. Next, use either the blue, gray, or white adapter depending on the thickness of the pen. You want the pen to be secured. It also needs to be inserted in carriage number 1. Then load your paper and send to Sketch. Before unloading your paper in the Send panel, unclick the blue color and select the color that you chose for the offset line. Here I chose a magenta color. Next, change the action to Cut and unload the pen and load your blade. And then Send to Cut. If you are using Silhouette sketch pens on a Cameo 4, you need to use the adapter. The Cameo 3 does not need an adapter and can directly go into either one of the carriages. I like to test them out before I use them. Sketch pens can only go in carriage 1 in the Cameo 4. Make sure to select the right color and repeat the steps. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.